Hello, haven't done a video like this in a while. Video response to Mamemeister, Alan. He asked 5 random questions to the YouTube community and I thought I'd answer them because, well, they're questions that they relate to things that are of interest to me. They seem relevant to me. An awful lot at the moment in terms of gaming to me seems completely irrelevant and stuff for reasons that you might come to light while I answer these questions. Rambling much? Okay, question 1. God. I've got my reading glasses on and I can't read them from here. There. What is your favourite video game medium? Is it tape, disc, cartridge, CD, DVD, digital download, and why? That's a good question. There are different aspects here in terms of effectiveness, convenience, and I don't know, nostalgia. I mean, for pure storage effectiveness, I would say Blu-ray. You can just fit so much on it and it's fairly quick loading. I don't know, maybe things are a bit slower these days because there is just so bloody much crammed onto one that it takes a while for a game to load. So digital downloads, utterly convenient. I loathe the way developers and publishers want to keep control of the game you've paid for. You don't own it anymore. It's like you're paying for a license to play the game. And I hate that because they can just choose to stop you playing it if they want, or they keep doing these updates that break it. Gran Turismo, anyone? My God, they wrecked it with their... It's like you bought it, you've got it, you've downloaded it, you played it, and then they update it, and they update it again, and they update it again, and if you've left it for a while, you come back to a massive updates that you've got to do, and it's just plain broken. It takes hours and hours and hours, and then after all of that, it won't install for whatever reason, and they won't fix that. Bastards! So I hate that aspect. But some aspects of your digital download kind of format I think are quite good. There is you ain't got to wait for the shops to open. You can just browse online, think I want that, bam, you've got it. Maybe it's free, maybe you're paid, but it's just the time it takes to download. I do like that. I think GOG, Good Old Games, they've got it right in that you download it, it's yours. You can put it on a disc, you can move it around, it's portable. That I like. I dislike it when they keep their mitts on it and tinker with it, update it, prevent you from moving it from one computer to another. All the bloody restrictions, hate. So that one is... I see the good aspects, but I don't know if they're outweighed by the bad. Not sure about that. My favourite in terms of how it works, if well, definitely not capability and storage capacity, but just how it works, I love cartridges. I mean, they were the format of choice back when I started gaming. Atari 2600, you know, you've got your cartridge, you've got your console, bung the one in the other, turn it on and you're away. No messing about, no loading time, no bloody updates, nothing, just plug it in, turn it on, play. And I love that. And the shape, the physical shape of it, I think is, there's something about Atari cartridges that is just cartridge perfection. You can make them so way smaller now in terms of physical media, solid state physical media. I mean, micro SD cards, you can fit how many gigabytes on one of them? Enormous amounts of storage capacity on a tiny physical media. I mean, it's not a cartridge technically, but it works in the same way. There's no moving parts, slot it in and away you go. But I don't know that that would be a good way to sell games because you could lose it. It's physically so small. I tend to think The GBA size cartridge is pretty good. It's nice and small. You know, you can cart quite a few of those around with you if for portability and whatnot, and you won't necessarily lose them. Whereas, say, the little cartridges you get in the DS and the 3DS and whatnot, the little SD card size things, they're getting a bit easy to lose. But you know, as a principle, as an idea, as a way of working, cartridges all the way. I don't, you know, in practical terms for storage and all that, maybe not perfect, but it's my favourite. Okay, question 2. How much online gaming do you do now? None. Absolutely none. I spent about 2 years where all I played was Battlefield. Started with Battlefield 1943, then I went on to Battlefield 3, and then I went on to Battlefield 4. And they were all I played. Maybe a little bit of Gran Turismo in between, but they were all I played. Gaming meant Battlefield, and that was it. And I wouldn't say I was good at it. It was just the spare time was limited, still is, even more in fact. So I didn't want to have to worry about a storyline or anything like that. I just wanted to pick the thing up and play it and kick ass or get my ass kicked or whatever. Play for as long as I had time or felt like it or whatever, and then turn off, go away, and you know. So those games worked perfectly for me in that sense. And then I kind of stepped up to playing them, or playing Battlefield 4 on the PC. I was like, okay, I'd upgraded my PC and I could play Battlefield, and it looked better. Visually, it was like, yay, this looks a whole lot better than it did on my PS3. Cool, so that was the one I was going to play, except the people playing Battlefield 4 on PC were just playing better than the people playing it on the PS3. Or I was worse at playing it. I think it's actually that they were better. I got my ass kicked, totally and utterly. I mean, playing it on the PS3, I could go in there, sometimes I would do badly, but more often than not, I would do quite well. And if I played for 4 hours, and that was my usual online gaming Battlefield allotted time period, shall we say. I would play for 4 hours. The first hour I would suck. The second hour I would improve. The third hour I would kick ass and be at the top of the leaderboard for a while. And then the fourth hour I'd go off the boil and suck again, or be like middle of the leaderboard, and you know, I'd lose my edge in the fourth hour, and then I'd turn off and go and do something else. Playing it on the PC, first hour at the bottom, right at the bottom. Second hour, right at the bottom. Third hour, I just couldn't get a grip. And I don't think it's that I was playing badly, it's just everyone else was that much better. And it took the fun out of it. And I probably stuck at it for a couple of months. And in the end I concluded I cannot commit 4 hours to playing a game where I'm going to get my ass royally kicked, get laughed at, well, I mean, I don't do the whole audio chat thingamajig, if it's even on there. I'm not listening to what they're saying, but clearly I'm not doing well, and anyone who can speak to anyone else is going to be like, what's this chick doing? It was embarrassing, and I stopped enjoying it, and I stopped playing it. And I haven't played anything else online since. And to be honest, I haven't played any relatively modern games at all since then. Battlefield 4 on PC killed modern gaming for me. I'm just like, and the stupid update nonsense on Gran Turismo killed Gran Turismo for me. So modern gaming, I haven't got a PS4 or an Xbone, and I don't even feel the urge to get them. It's not just because I got my ass kicked on Battlefield, to be fair. My life is incredibly busy right now. I've just got so much other stuff, grown-up priorities, let's call them that. I'll go into that a bit more later, I think, because it fits in with another question. But yeah, how much time do I spend online gaming? None. None at all. Next question. Have you ever written a game? Yes. I don't know if it qualifies as a game, to be honest. It was pretty crap. No, it was incredibly crap. But I was in school. I was in the computer studies group. I was in the first computer studies group, I say group, class, that my school ever had. We had a computer room with a set of about 20 networked research machines linked 480Zs. They were networked up to a 380Z, which had something like a 10 megabyte Winchester hard drive. And this was high tech. And the fact that you could write a piece of code and save it to that hard drive, and the other kids in the class could load that piece of code onto their computer and see what you'd written, was cool. So I wrote this program, which I guess, I don't know what I called it. It was really, really, really simple stuff. It was written in BASIC. You controlled a little block on the screen. There were two other little blocks elsewhere on the screen. Those blocks headed towards your block. But it was like you took turns, so you would move, that one would move, that one would move. Or was it you could move, that one could move, you could move, that one could move. Something or other which meant you could move faster than them, but there were two of them. And they would, every move they took was towards you. And you had to try and evade them, because if they touched you, you were dead. And you had a score that would, every move you took that you stayed alive, it went up by 1. And the idea was, how high did your score get before you're dead? In terms of gameplay, rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. But I was the only person in that class who managed to do a thing like that. I guess everyone else was really rubbish, because it was rubbish. But anyway, the thing that makes it amusing is that I did this, I programmed this little thing, and all the other kids in the class, well, they saw me testing it, and they were like, wow, what's that, what's it called, how do we get it? So they loaded it onto their computers, and here's this class of 20 kids all sitting there playing this game. And the one rule in the computer room for using the computer room was you don't play games. And the teacher came in and he was livid. He hit the roof. It's like, what is the first rule? You don't play games. And one of the other kids said, but Steve wrote it. And he changed his tune all of a sudden very rapidly and was like, really? I was like, yeah. Let me see that. And he looks at the game and what it's doing, and then he looks at the code and he's like, wow, that's absolutely fantastic. This is what you're supposed to be doing in this class. And I'm like, it's not what you said a minute ago, is it? I just found it all thoroughly amusing. Just the way he changed his tune. It was rubbish. It was utterly rubbish. But just the way he went from furious to thoroughly impressed in a matter of seconds amused me greatly. Yeah, that's the only game I've ever written. I have done a thing, I mean, I'll go more on programming later, but I did a thing which was sort of programming. It was more scripting, but it's kind of the same thing. It's not a game. I did a thing, I wrote a bot script. I used to use IRC, Internet Relay Chat, a lot. And I had a chat room that incorporated webcams, but the webcam side is irrelevant. I wrote this bot that if anyone spoke in the channel, if they used certain words or phrases, it would respond back to them with canned responses. Only the responses it could give were multiple. and it would pick them at random. It was, you didn't necessarily know how it was going to respond when you were speaking. Words and phrases, it picked up on them and it combined them. It was by no means AI. There was nothing intelligent in what it was doing, but it was unpredictable enough that people who came into the chat room without knowing what it was did think it was a person. And it did upset quite a few people because it was quite irreverent, shall we say. I mean, it gave clues to the fact that it wasn't a human, but some of these people weren't especially bright. And yeah, it kind of became a game for the regulars in the chat room to watch this bot harassing newcomers, and it only harassed people who did the things that annoyed me. The obvious thing was it was a chat room with webcams, and you would get there via a website, and there were instructions on how to use it all over the place. And people would come in and the first thing they'd say is, so how do I watch the webcams? And that was one of the things it would pick up on. It was like, can't you bloody read? Or, do you see that great big sign on the left that says, click here for instructions? Stuff like that. And it would be very irreverent and quite sometimes insulting, I guess, without being out and out abusive. And that was the game, was watching the bot harass the noobs. It was fun, and it was just Merc scripting. I wouldn't say I ever got good at it. I mean, it was just a simple if this, do this, but a whopping great big list of them, and sort of an amount of randomization. If this, do this, this or this. Fun though. Question 4. Do you ever think one day you'll decide to give up with YouTube, and why? I would like to think YouTube will quit before I do. Yeah. I don't know about this channel, gaming. I mean, there's the thing. I have stepped away from it quite a lot recently, as you'll have noticed. There is no more Friday Talkie, because I just wasn't feeling it anymore, and I keep getting asked. It actually pisses me off because I've said it so often. There will be no, I'm not doing it anymore. I had enough. And then I'll still get people saying, but we really like it, or I really like it, I wish you'd do it some more. And I'm like, no, not doing it. It's not, I didn't do it for you, I did it for me. And it's not my thing anymore, and I'm not doing it anymore. Quitting though, I mean, I struggle finding time to play games now when I upload videos. And this will come into the next question as well. They're done in a batch. So the gaming stuff, I don't know, I'm still enjoying trickling out the gameplay videos, and I can see me continuing to do that for a long time. I see me as doing that for years. I don't know how long YouTube's going to be around. I don't know how much is the internet going to develop, and where will media consumption on the internet go in the future. Because I kind of have a feeling that VR is going to be a thing, and it's going to stop being YouTube and start being VRU, I think. Virtual reality U. And 3D cameras, and you will watch on your 3D headset. I like to think that's the way it will go, but I hope that YouTube kind of morphs into that, and I'll carry on doing that if that becomes the thing, because I do like VR. Whether or not whether that will still be gaming from me, I don't know. But as some of you know, I've got 4 YouTube channels. One of them is dormant now. It isn't Bard Montague. he's kind of semi-retired. I just use him for my outro now. His channel is, I don't update it. I've got the Playing Android Badly channel, and I've got more stuff in the works for that one because I'm finding VR on Android to be an interesting subject, and I found a way of recording that kind of content fairly well. So there's probably going to be more there. And my Benway's World channel, well, it's always going to be there. My output to it is sporadic. There's actually a good deal more there than you can see because I'm using it for my Open University course, but it's unlisted. You can't see what I've put there. And you won't. I don't know if there are ways of finding the unlisted stuff, but yeah. It's not a catastrophe if you find it, but it remains unlisted. But no, I will continue to put stuff there as and when I've got something to say or something to show. And I will do that until either the day YouTube isn't there anymore, or I'm not here anymore, or I'm just plain physically incapable of creating a video. So yeah, I don't know I don't know how long the gaming videos will last, but my YouTube content will be around for as long as I am able to. So, question 5. How many hours a week do you devote to making YouTube content? None. Absolutely none. Devote? No. Per week? No. Here's the thing. I've got things going on in my life at the moment. 2 major things, I guess. My Open University course, I'm currently doing a design module. I'm nearly finished actually. I'm on tutor marked assignment number 4 out of 4. And then I've got an end of module assignment. And these will last until the end of May. And then I've got 4 months where I'm not doing any Open University stuff, and in that time I'm going to be doing one of 2 things. Either moving house. Currently I'm not optimistic that that's going to happen. I will find out how likely that will be tomorrow, and then it's either possible or probably not possible. We'll see. But if that goes ahead, then moving house and decorating and stuff will take up those 4 months. If that doesn't happen, then those 4 months I will be teaching myself Java, because I'm going to need that for my IT modules in year 3. There are reasons for me doing it now, which I'm not going into. But anyway, year 2, I'm going to be doing 2 modules side by side. This year just gone, I've done 2 modules one after the other, and I've struggled to do this. So in that year, where I'm doing 2 side by side, it's like video production is going to be minimal. There will still be some, but anyway, getting back to the point, how much time per week? None. Still, even now when things are quite relaxed. What I do, every once in a while, I find myself with a day that I'm just uncommitted. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything. Andrea's at work. So then I record videos, and I spend the whole day recording a batch. And this is why I do it like this. It's why I point a camera at the TV screen, because I can just record them one after another, after another, after another, and I don't have to worry about editing audio and video footage together if I've recorded them separately, like audio from a separate mic recording and video from a capture device. If I had to edit all that together, I couldn't do the massive batches that I do. So, camera, point at the TV screen, and I'll record 15, 20, maybe 30 if I've got a couple of days, and I'll just trickle them out over 2 or 3 or 4 months. Very often when you see me upload a gameplay video, I recorded that months ago. The stuff you're seeing now, the Amiga videos, if you see something other than Amiga video, I've recorded it recently, but if it's Amiga, that was recorded several weeks ago, and I've got enough, if I upload 2 a week, to last a couple more months, something like that. You know, it's how I do it. It's the only way I can do it. It's why I don't do a Friday talk. Well, no, it's not why I don't do a Friday talkie, but it's a factor when you're doing stockpiled videos, and that's the only way you've got time to do it. You can't keep up with current events. I mean, I'm doing this video response to Alan's video. He put his video up a week ago, and I only just saw it because I can't keep up to date. There isn't time. I've got too much else on my plate. But you know, every so often I will see something and think, I need to do something on that. I need to comment, reply something, and hence this video now, because it asked a lot of questions that I think are relevant to where I'm at the moment. I mean, it's actually, for me at the moment, gaming is in a peculiar place, and it's the only time I would ever say it's been in this place in my life. I have quit modern gaming effectively. It's not really a conscious decision. It's not, I quit, I've had enough of this, though I have had enough of a lot of what modern gaming has become. The updates, the you don't own the content, the broken stuff that gets released, the downloadable, got to pay for every little bit bullshit, microtransactions. I hate all of that, and if that's getting into the mainstream, I don't want it. So my gaming now consists of 3 things. I play games to make videos, and I play them on the real hardware. In my games room's in there. I'm in the office as I record this. Yeah, playing games to make videos on genuine hardware. I do that. I play games on on my phone actually. I mean, I just recently got a new phone. I got the LG G4, and it, emulation wise, is great. And I've got Mega Drive, SNES, N64, PS1, MAME and GBA emulators all on it, and they all work with this little Bluetooth iPegger joypad that the phone clips into. And I cart that around with me, and if I want to play a game, I play on that quite often, and I play on the Raspberry Pi. I play downstairs. I don't play games. If I'm playing for my own amusement, I don't have a lot of time, so I want something quick and easy, and that means playing on an emulator on the Raspberry Pi. It's plugged into the downstairs TV all the time, and it's just like plug it in and the TV goes straight to that channel, and hey presto, I've got 1,000,000,001 emulators on it, and it's just easier. It's not completely it's not authentic at all, but that's the thing. Collecting, I am a collector of hardware, but when it comes to actual gaming for amusement, for just a quick half an hour, I don't care what I play it on. So playing it on an emulator on the big telly, playing it with a PS3 style pad, it's fine with me, it works. And I'm enjoying the older retro kind of stuff more because it is more pick up and play, and you haven't got to worry about updates and crap like that. I'd play like Virtua Racing on the 32X, or hard driving on the Mega Drive, and stuff like that, because I'm not going to play it for long. It's just like quick bursts of gameplay. Yeah, that is where my gaming is at the moment. It's very it's casual gaming, but it's like gaming that was hardcore when the systems I'm emulating were the main system of the day. That wasn't casual gaming back then. It kind of is now. But I don't do casual gaming like, there's no Candy Crush going on here. I will play games on my phone, but they're emulators. Yeah, that's where I'm at. What was the question? Time devoted to making YouTube content? Yeah, none. But that's that anyway. That's where I'm at. That's what's going on. Life is full and interesting, and in some cases a little bit scary. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's like the OU degree course thing. Have I got what it takes to complete it and pass? There are some bits that I know I can do, and some bits where I'm like, whoa, there's some programming that I'm not yet committed to. Hence why I'm seeing if I can teach myself Java in this 4-month break if we don't move house. Because year 3, if I can't do these 2 Java modules, I don't really know what my other options and things that I can do that are options within this course. I don't know. So I won't say I've backed myself into a corner. It's just the choices in the open degree course are sort of odd. So that's kind of scary. And then there's the whole moving house. That's pretty scary. Don't know if it's going to happen, and if it does, it's a big commitment because the place we're looking at is interesting. It'll take a lot of work. Anyway, that's that. This was me answering Mamemeister's 5 random questions to the YouTube community video. A link to his original video will be down there. I think I'm done. Thank you for watching.
You there, peasant! See that subscribe button? Be a good pleb and just click it. There's a good, oik.